Yeah. Is this the first in the world who comes on a stream to watch a kid get unbuilt? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, right. You all ready? With no further interruptions, let's transition. Ooh, this lighting is harsh on my face here. Okay, let's change. Yeah, okay, alright, cool. Hello. How's it going, guys? Yo, hopefully had a good Human Rights Day. A nice public holiday in South Africa. Yeah. And hopefully there was no interruptions or anything with a national shutdown yesterday. Yeah, I saw on the news it wasn't anything major, so that's good to see. Okay, see, Loudlangs, no, it's automated, but when it automatically resubs, it will do the notification for you and in chat. Oh, okay, huh. Interesting. Jet XD, oh, you knew Jet XD. I'm just gonna call you Jet if that's fine. Yeah. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I haven't seen your name before, have I? Yeah. Just want to check then if you're based in South Africa or you're based internationally. Yeah. Let's have a meeting. Well, not a meet and greet. You're meeting me, but I can't meet you over the internet. I'm still getting used to this new setup. Because if I just switch over to my top cam. If I just change it here, you see there's my spray booth there. It used to be where my laptop is, so I would normally look directly. Ooh, it's jittery there. Normally I would look directly into the camera, but now my laptop has to be on the side, so yeah, reading the chat and stuff. Oh, so I don't have a second screen now, so it's a bit, you have to get used to it. Okay, let's get rid of these lights, these party lights. Jet, he says, nope, I'm new. Okay, great, yeah, and I'm South African. Oh, okay, cool. Are you based in like, where in South Africa are you based? Like in Gauteng area, like KZN, or Western Cape, or you know, like, but yeah, welcome. Are you part of our Discord as well, or and are you a builder? Did you like? How did you know about this stream? If you're new, I take it you're part of a Discord then. Yeah. Okay, let me just check my lighting. Lighting feels a bit. All right. Yeah, again, I'm always like too anal about these setups. If I tweak something, it's like yeah, I just gotta triple check if it's okay. Okay, so far it looks alright. Maybe it's a bit dark. Bring the light a bit closer. Yeah, like I said, guys, like I recently got into painting because of our recent build-off competitions. So you know, having a photo booth on my table now, like, takes up a lot of space. Yeah. Cape Town, hey. Sadly, what do you mean sadly? That's like a really awesome place. Lots of people want to go there. Like Loudlangs, you're aiming to move there soon. So yeah, lots of Build Force members is in our Discord. So what? Lots of our Build Force member in the Discord is in Cape Town. Yeah. And did you say you're also in our Discord? Some check. You said, Nata says, hey, Dr. Kelga's back. Yeah, easing back into it. No video production into my builds at the moment. You know, just trying to get into the flow of building again and painting. And then, you know, hopefully I can squeeze in video production back into it. Yeah. Jet says, I started building, or rather getting to Gunpla 4 months ago. Okay, awesome. Sweet. Yeah. Christo, hi Jeff, was wondering if I can enter a model plane for the build competition. Well, look, you can. You just gotta, you know, as long as it's within the criteria of can you customize and paint it within the universe of Gundam, you know, Yeah. So if you can do that, go ahead. You know, I'm not gonna say who, but somebody today have already entered like a Vespa, you know, like a Vespa scooter into the competition. You know, I'm not gonna say who. So yeah. And you know, this person has, at least in private chat with me, has, you know, even before the competition was a thing, you know, months ago, he was hunting for this Vespa kit, and then he was hunting for like a Gunpla kit to like do a customization to make it like Gundam themed. So you know, this competition is like a perfect opportunity for him to enter. Yeah. Loudlung says, I know who. Is it you, Loudlungs? Yeah. Jet, no, I'm not. I think I have to buy something from Gunpla SA in order to get in the Discord, I think. Yes, yeah, so you have to buy it. Well, you just have to buy anything. A lot of, well, not a lot of people, some people actually use a way of, like, if you don't see anything that you want on our site currently that you want, what you can do to enter the Discord is you can purchase a digital gift card, and then you know, the system will send you the code. Well, it will email you the code, and then for the gift card, but also at the same time to fire off another email from the system to send you your unique Discord invite link. Yeah. Laolong says you can get the cheapest gift card and you can get in that way if you want. Yeah, exactly. So the cheapest option is like $50. So you know, and then once you enter into the Discord, you can always use your gift card for future purchase. You know, yeah. Zena says Vespa Jester. Hey, that's a very cool idea. You know, it rolls off the tongue. Christo, I did that after I bought an entry grade RX-78-2 at the Nexus. Yeah. You did that? You mean you just entered a competition with the plane? Okay, awesome, sweet. I take it that's what you mean by I did that. Yeah. Cool, awesome. Without further ado, without just like, you know, looking at my top cam, just like fiddling with this model kit, I wonder, because like in the Discord for the stream, I said like, oh, you know, there's the stream's title is, oh wait, yeah, you can see it in the Twitch as well. The title is UnBuild of this HG Brady Hound, but also plus what's it, a secret build. So I wonder when we should, you know, feature that secret build. Yeah, maybe somebody can give me a heads up, like maybe Loudlungs or Nutters or some the guys that kind of know this about the secret build can give me a heads up when they want to, you know, do it. Maybe, yeah, later. Okay, cool, sweet. Maybe like halfway point we can tease it in. And I think coming back to the topic of this, yeah, again, I'm kind of delaying a little bit. I'm like, you know, really building the up hype, or I think I am. Why today's stream is UnBuild stream is that it's kind of topical to we've just announced, well, like officially announced our new build-off competition, which is called the Gundam Universe build-off competition. And doing the UnBuild for this kit coincides with that competition as well. Like, okay, obviously I'm not entering our own competition because, you know, that'll be like cheating. I can't be up for grabs to win, you know, winning the prizes. But, you know, again, I always like to participate in the spirit of it as well. So I'm building this kit to preparing it for painting for the competition, for own competition, but also not only that, it's also for, there's another competition happening at the moment from Zachary Aurelius with USA Gundam Store. Yeah, it's an internet, US based Gundam shop. It's their competition, and it's international, so I'm eligible to entering that competition. So that contest is called the Advance of Zeta contest. So I'm entering this kit, even though this is not a kit from the Gundam universe. This whole theme of the Advance of Zeta, for those of you that don't know, the theme of the Advance of Zeta contest is that, as Aurelius has said, you're allowed to build any kit. It can be, a Gundam kit. It can be, he even said like the Nachin tanks, or anything, any model kit out there. You can build it as long as it's to the theme of Advance of Zeta, which is Advance of Zeta is like a side story, kind of almost like a prequel to Zeta Gundam. Again, if you don't know what Advance of Zeta is, you can just Google it. It's you'll see it's got a very distinct art style, or maybe art style is not the right word. Definitely color palette. So that's yeah. Yeah, so that's why I'm using this kit, and then just theme it up to Advance of Zeta, which I can enter both, well, not enter, participate in our own competition, because our competition's Gundam universe is a theme, and then I can apply it for Advance of Zeta contest, because it will have the Advance of Zeta color scheme to it. Yeah, or Advance of Zeta inspired color scheme. Jet just said I bought the worst beginner HG. I might have bought the worst beginner HG kit ever. Not gonna lie. Oh, okay. What did you get? Did you get it? Oh, okay, Shinanju. I wouldn't say it's the worst beginner HG kit. It's probably just tricky with the sticker decals. I'm sorry, not the sticker decals. The color correction stickers. It has all the trims, the gold trims and the black details. If you want to give it a try, you can, instead of using the stickers, you could, well, try the stickers, and if you're not happy with the results, stickers is kind of like, they just like Bandai just throws it in there, But if you want, you can try picking up a gold Gundam marker and painting it in yourself. Yeah, give it a shot. Let's just check a few more chat before we get into it. Okay, you guys talking about the Shinanju and stuff. Okay, hey, Noe Luke, happy birthday! And thank you for your message to me earlier about the contest and all that. And speaking about, I hope that answered your question. And then speaking about answering questions about contests and stuff, if you guys have any build-off questions for the current Gundam Universe build-off competitions, you can ask me on the stream, and I can do the best to answer your questions. Jetis to Nutters. I mean, it's not a bad kit at all, just the stickers. Yeah, okay, yeah, F the stickers. Yeah, cool. Anyway, so I think I've caught up enough with the chat. Let's get into it. Cool. So now I recall when I built this kit, I did a lot of peg snipping, which should make my life much easier to when it comes to disassembling the kit. Yeah. Oh, do I even need a manual to disassemble? Maybe it's a good idea. Oh, and of course I do need to just, I do have a box prepared with like lots of compartments, different sections, but I don't have space on my desk, so I'm just gonna keep it on the floor, and I'll just, yeah, put them in the box as I go. Okay, so the big sections is rather simple. Don't need a manual for that. Seriously, do I really need a manual for disassembling? I should have, like, you know, the memory to yeah, you know what, like, this manual can just, you know, go away. Tech. We'll call you in if we need you. Famous last words, like 5 minutes down the line I'm gonna go like, oh, manual, where are you? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so after I disassemble a kit, I will need to, like, just sand all the nub marks and any imperfections on this kit. Okay. Let's have a... You know what? Let me use the other part separator. Okay, so I'm gonna just think about this. Let me keep, like, the center parts up here, and then left and right, like the left arm, right arm. Yeah, okay, I'll use like that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of going down like memory lane. When did I build this kit? Like, probably, sure, it's almost like it feels like a year ago. When did we start streaming? I remember this was like my second build, right? I think, on stream. It has definitely been at least half a year. Okay. Jet says, what nippers do you use? Okay, so I use very basics. Well, I use two nippers. So I use the entry nipper from Bandai for my first cut, and then my second cut I use my Tamiya sharp point nipper. It's kind of like a mid-tier nipper. Yeah. So that's for my second cut, for the closed cuts. Yeah. Senna says, I'm hoping to receive a package with 2 Shinanju Steins this week. Why 2? Okay, wait. 1 for building as is, 1 for kit bashing and parts. Wow, okay. Feels a bit excessive, but hey, as long as it floats your boat, huh? Lalang is gonna start using tweezers for Lego stickers too, to be frank. Learned from decals on the RX-78. So when you put on stickers for your Lego before, you never use tweezers? Huh, okay. Jet asks, got hands? Are you like, is it because you saw this blue nipper? I know God hand, like, generally it's got that blue handle. Yeah, I don't know. God hand, it seems like overrated in my opinion. I don't think I'll ever want to use a God hand. Like, I just feel like I might break it. Yeah, like I just sand, man. Like, yeah, sure, it's a bit more work, but you know, like, what happens to the, you know, like, when I started, this is gonna make me sound like such a boomer and like old. It's like, yeah, when I started the hobby, there was no such thing as God hand or single, like, blade and nipper, like, you know, and people can still do great builds. You know, you don't need fancy tools. You just need the, you know, essentials, and then just make it work. Sure, yeah, like God Hand will make your life much easier, but I just feel like it's something I'm gonna be scared of using and gonna be so precious about. And it's like, kind of, a tool is a tool, right? I'll much prefer using like a tool that I don't have to like be so delicate about. Yeah. It's like a baby. John guys, so, I'm back, so I had to step away quick. Yeah, look, Jet, if you're new to the hobby, don't even think about God Hand. You're gonna break it and you're gonna cry. Trust me. Rather, you know, get your experience up on how to cut with shitty tools. Well, not shitty tools, the basic tools. Learn how to use them, and then you appreciate God Hand. You know, you get like higher tier tools way too early, and then either one, you get spoiled, and then secondly is like, if you damage them, you'll cry. So, like, I've been building for 30 years, and I still, to this day, I don't think I'll ever need a God Hand. So, yeah. That's just how I feel about it. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm a bit stuck on the body, so I'm just move on to another section. Now these swords, they were just one single piece, so I don't need to do anything there. These guys, how was this constructed? There you go. Yeah, learn how to walk before you run, kind of thing. A lot of these tools, they get like super hyped up, especially these days. You see it on like social media and on YouTube all the time. Yeah. Again, it's probably because I'm in a mentality of like, oh, I'm always intending on painting my kit, so I never see a big value to God Hand. But I suppose if you're just a casual, like if you don't think you'll ever get into the painting, then yeah, sure, then maybe God Hand will be more appealing to you, because then it will reduce the stress marks. And then you just pick up the Korean razor, that glass file, and then you can bring it back to polish. But for me, it's like, I never consider those things because I always want to paint my kit anyway, so I will always need to go into sanding and all that stuff anyway. So yeah. And sure, those tools will make even prepping for sanding quicker, but yeah, just still used to the old process, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, so let's see, do I remember how to take... How does this go? And yeah, how's everybody's holiday today? Did you guys use the time to build on some of your kits or painting or something like that? Yeah, maybe I should start using the manual now, like fiddling around. Okay, so let's go backwards. Yep. Okay, so these can just come apart, right? It's just a very tight fit. I wonder if there's a trick around it where I can disassemble around, so like here. Okay. Yeah, see, like, because I've trimmed the little tabs, if you see in there like that white stress mark kind of thing, so it used to be like a rectangular tab kind of thing. I just like snipped a lot of it off at an angle, so disassembling is a much easier task. Okay, and then this piece came from the side. Let me deal with this piece first. So how was it? It's angled like this. There we go. There we go. I'll show that it's quite a tight fit in here. I feel like removing this headpiece. This fin is making a bit nervous. Come on. Let's wedge it in here. Yeah, John Guy says, Jeff, boomer. Yeah, that's right. Oh, electric humbug. It's not following. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Let us know where you're from, if you're a builder, and all that jazz. Oh no, no wonder I was struggling, because I forgot to remove the front piece that was locking it in. Ah, okay. It was like starting to make me sweat. Well, I'm already sweating. It's like, oh shit, am I breaking anything here? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm like really jumping around here. Okay. Yeah, I just want to remove that fin piece so I can just get a better handle on this piece here. It's quite a tight thing. I might even have to remove more pieces around it. Let's see how this thing is made up. Okay, where's the back thrusters? The vents. Okay, so this can pull out, right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, again, as you can see, a lot of the pegs I've snipped, so it just like there. So it just makes disassembling a quick breeze. Let's check the chat a little bit. Where's my mouse cursor? There we go. Russian babies make terrible nippers. Would not recommend. No way, Luke. I mean, you really don't need god hand nippers if you are sanding and painting a kit. Yeah. Zenith, but babies do make great part separators. Yeah. With teeth marks in them. Jet, so you use sharp pointed cutter for the final cut if you know what I mean. Yeah, I do. Balshan, why do you prefer having every piece completely separated for sanding? I see some people do it arms and legs, etc. It's just to make sure like I get all the nub marks, you know, completely removed. Yeah. If you just have the whole arm as a whole, you might not pick up some of the hidden nubs, especially if you like, you know, bend the arm or bend the knee, and you're like, oh, it's like, oh wait, there's a, you know, nub there that, and then what if you can't reach into it, like if it's in a hidden detail. So, you know, I don't know, it's like a ritual, you know, to disassemble a whole kit, like every single piece down to its, yeah. It may sound like a chore, but once you're used to it, it really comes together and comes apart very quickly in the project. So like a lot of people do this, like they first assemble a kit just to get a feel, they disassemble it, they, you know, prep it for painting, which is like, you know, sanding and filling and whatever, and they'll wash the parts, and they'll prime the pieces, and at that point, once all the pieces are primed, they actually put the, like, they like to put the whole kit back together again in its primed state. So just everything's either in gray or whatever, just so you can like admire, well, some people admire it, but also like you can really see where there's parts that needs work again, like, you know, maybe it still has sanding scratches, so they'll just need to go back and, like, you know, sand some more, just with higher grit to, you know, keep it smooth, but also just to like take photos of progress, you know, like, oh, this is a primed state, and they'll take it apart again, and then, like, you know, paint the base colors and then put it back together, and then, you know, take it apart again, do the masking, that kind of thing. So, you know, again, in your head, in my, it's like, what the hell? That's like, for some of these kits, like especially master grades, and I've done, you know, assembling, disassembling, like probably at least 3 times within the course of a painted project for like a master grade, and master grades have like over 1,000 pieces. So like in your head, it's like, what? That just sounds like such a chore. But trust me, when you've like assembled, disassembled, and assembled again, at that point you remember like how the parts come together without the manual. Like at that point, it's basically like riding a bicycle. Like even now, I'm kind of like learning the things, but the next time I put it together, I probably won't even need a manual, like, you know, anymore. So yeah, it sounds crazy to you right now, but once you've experienced it, you'll totally like understand. It's like, yeah, all these like thousands of pieces, your body will remember how things come together again. Trust me. Once you've done a few kits, definitely, yeah, you'll get the gist of it. Hey, Space Dusty's here, is it? I just see Loud Lung says, hey, Space Dusty. I don't see... Oh, there you go. Yeah, Space Dusty, how's it going? Welcome into the stream. John Guy, had a lovely day, thanks. Busy finishing up the weapons for my RG Red Astray, then on to decals. Awesome, sweet. Yeah. Okay, let's see, where was I? There's still pieces here. Yeah, here you go. Then say spend the day fixing some errors on a 3D printed project that I'm doing for a friend. I starting priming, then started clean up for my comp build. Sweet. Yeah, I saw your entry. Hey, awesome. Good stuff. Laulang says, haha, that's JP. Is JP here? Oh, Electric Humbug. Yeah, I was wondering, like, yeah, then that name sounds familiar. So where is he in the chat? I don't see his name. I haven't He hasn't chatted, eh? He's lurking. He's waiting to see the secret build, eh? It's right above me. It's like there's a peak. Yeah. My tongue's getting tied there. Well, Anthony. How's it going? US here. Oh, awesome. Thank you for joining from the US, eh? Oh, it must be quite early, maybe early afternoon for you, is it? Yeah, are you also a Gunpla builder? I'm like wiggling this part here. What time? Yeah. Let's see. Ancient Gun, yay. Nice of you to join, Ancient Gun. Okay, cool. I think I've caught up on the chat. Cool. Okay, Anthony says, doing some paperwork, found Gunpla SA the other day. Thank you. Thought I'd check him out. Well, Gunpla SA is not just one person. It's me and Paul, and we're the founders of Gunpla SA. So, how did you find us? Did you find us through like social media, like Instagram or Facebook, or did you just like stumble across our Twitch or our YouTube or something like that? Yeah, so basically we're like, we are Gunpla store, or Gunpla focused store within South Africa, and we really like, our big goal is not just like the retail side of things of pushing products, but our whole big goal within South Africa is to build up the South African Gunpla community, especially now with us doing like build off competitions. We actually just announced our third competition today. Yeah, doing competitions is kind of a new thing for us. Like this is our year 2, and we just started like beginning like in January. We announced our first 2 competitions at the same time, the 30 minutes missions and also the Gundam artifacts. So those were kind of like just warm-ups, for everybody, like not just the builders, but also for us to like get the gears, the machine, make sure it's like working, all the systems. And then now it's like, okay, cool, we've got that. It's still a work in progress. We keep improving as we go. But now it's like, okay, third competition, that's open up to the world now. So it's not just within Discord. We announced it, on our YouTube, our socials, like Instagram and Facebook. So yeah, you can see if it gets more builders to join in. Okay, again, let me just check where this piece is. Let me disassemble it properly. And Anthony, is this a bit weird for you to see? Like, is this the first time seeing like a Twitch build of an UnBuild? How many Gunpla or model kit streamers have you watched that actually is unbuilding their kit? And in case you joined, like I did explain earlier, the reason I'm building this kit is to prepare for our competition. I'm not entering into our own competition, but I'm like participating in spirit. So so it's I'm not like one of those organizers saying, oh, there's a competition and you guys do the thing, and then I just sit back and watch the entries come in. But like we are also Gunpla builders at heart. That's why we started Gunpla SA. And yeah, not just selling this stuff, but like really it's in our DNA within Paul and I. What? Carbon dobs? I was gonna say carbon boobs. Yo, this piece is really tight. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, there's a little bit of stressing here. I'm a bit careful with this. Maybe I can be a bit smart with it. Let's see, how is this constructed? It's from the back. Okay, cool. There you go. This goes in from here. There you go. Gotcha. At some point I should get the box to start organizing the pieces in. So this piece is, so you see, like it's a really good idea to, even if you're planning to paint your kit from the beginning, and then instead of just like removing the parts from the runner and cleaning up and then go straight into painting, it's actually a good idea to first assemble the kit and, you know, play with the joints and see where there's any like stiff joints or stiff connections. Like for example, like this one, this one's a very stiff connection here, so I know when I get to the painting, priming, top coating separately, and when I put it back together, you know, because it's so tight on its raw plastic state already, there will definitely be like paint chipping down the line. So, you know, when it comes to, once I've disassembled this part here, then I know I need to sand around this area to give more room for all the layers. You know, again, prime, like surfacer, primer, whatever, like paint and your top coat, it's like such a thin layer, but still, you know, it does add a slight like microscopic thickness to it. So it will scratch. So yeah, okay, how do I do this? Let's see here. Use this part. Yeah, this part separated from bunda is really handy. Okay, gotta be smart here. It's like kind of a hurdle right now. So again, I don't want to use too much force. You see, it's applying a bit of stress. There you go. Yeah. Okay, this is also two pieces. Okay. There you go. Ah, cool. Now I just got to do the other side as well. So, if I remember correctly, it goes like there, and then there. Then these pieces, and smooth things out of the way here. And focusing. These are all the middle pieces. Yeah. Okay, great. Let's see. Yeah, Laodang's saying to Anthony, glad you popped in. These are the homies. Yeah, so this is our community, our Gunpla SA community, as you call it, is the build force. Yeah, got a nice ring to it, hey? Okay, Cobbin Dobbs. Yeah, I don't think I asked you the question earlier. Yeah, welcome, and let us know where you're from. If you're from South Africa or internationally, and also, are you a Gunpla builder yourself? And how was the build? Well, how was the UnBuild? Yeah, the disassembling is coming along great. And you might be going like, what the hell? Why are you UnBuilding a kit? I don't know if you heard me explain it earlier, but yeah, I'm prepping for our own competition. And you said, what kit is this? I've never seen it before. So this, I'll show you now the manual. Just let me get this part out. Yeah. Let's see, give it a nice wiggle here. Yeah, there you go, cool. Okay, so this kit, it's a Bandai kit. It is not it's not a Gunpla. It's, yeah, you see there, Bandai. This is from the series Kyokai Senki. It's all in like kanji there, so it's not in English. But yeah, I think the official English name is what's it? A mine battle at the Borderlands, I think, something like that. I can't remember the English translated name, but yeah, Kyokai Senki is the Japanese name. It's a mecha anime series. They had like 2 seasons, and then yeah, it's a Sunrise animated project. So being Sunrise is actually owned by Bandai as well. And yeah, Bandai made some model kits off it. Basically, anime is just the advertising. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's the entire upper body disassembled, I think. Cool, so I think, okay, let me just finish the waist here and I'll start categorizing into boxes. Yeah, loud lungs, thank you. You already like jumped in. Yeah, it's the Brady Hound from Kyokai Senki. This is the Brady Hound Brad exclusive, so it's like an Ace Pilot's custom Brady Hound. Like you see the regular Brady Hound. If I zoom in a little bit, there's the regular Brady Hound. It's like the American Forces grunt units, and the Brady Hound Brad exclusive. It's not just the color change, but there's like slight configuration changed, and also it has like a long sword. And yeah. No way, Luke. It's confirmed Jeff likes his kits thick. Did I say something earlier? But yeah, I think it's not a secret, right? Like I prefer that's chunkier kit. Yeah, that's why I like Seed and Seed Destiny is not really my vibe. Seed is still alright, but then Seed Destiny they just went really skinny there. It's like, yeah, really skinny and even like more powerful. Like it turned Gundams into like superheroes or something. Okay, where's the waist? Yeah, there you go. Cool. Sweet. Carbon Dub Sweet Koto kit. No, yeah, so this Bandai kit, but I do have a few Kotobukiya kits. Yeah, the Kotobukiya kits that I've got are like the cute kind. I've got the Tomotu and the Tank Nachin. Yeah, it's right above me, so I didn't grab them. So yeah, here's the Tank Nachin from Kotobukiya, and let's see, reach for it without destroying anything. Okay, here you go. And then the Tomotu, yeah, I have a color scheme in mind, but yeah, too many unpainted kits, eh? You know, like both Paul and myself, we've been using these Twitch streams to help us build, or just like snap build some of our kits, our backlogs and stuff. But you know, this is like the first time when we're doing an UnBuild. So maybe, you know, I'll make use of this kind of stream to help me unbuild more of the like assembled kits, and then get more into painting. Yeah, not long says JHC. Carbon says, I'm from Ontario, Canada, and I'm a fellow Gunpla builder, been building for 3 years now. Awesome, sweet, yeah. Welcome. What's your last build? Now, Luke, are you guys planning on reprinting some of the limited edition stickers you guys made? I missed out on all of them. I wonder, because we always have the mentality of like, oh, let's come up with new designs for new events, you know. It's kind of like exclusives for those events. But yeah, maybe we'll see. Otherwise, you can drop me in a DM, you know, which ones you didn't get, and then, because normally we like to print a bit extra so we have some space. You know, like for example, if we say, oh, you know, we've got 200 of these stickers for Comic-Con or whatever, then we'll tell the printer, oh, can you print like 220 or something, just so we can keep some space yeah, around. And then we can just slip it into your future orders or something like that. Okay, let me just focus a little bit here and check the manual. Okay, so these parts, there you go. Yeah, I'm really glad that I snipped, yeah, like these side skirts. Normally if, ooh, parts just dropped, there you go. Yeah, I'm really glad that I gave it a snip. You see, like there's those 4 stress marks on the inside, those tabs. Normally they're quite sticking out, like they're not sloped. There will be like a tab, and then you'll like stick this part in. If I didn't give if I didn't give them like circumcision on those tabs, the disassembling on this part would be like, you know, basically impossible. And then which will result for me in like to paint the skirt like different colors, I'll just need to rely on masking, and yeah, that's going to be a lot of pain in the butt. So when you know, especially if you guys are like getting into painting or already in painting, yeah, this is a skill. They call it fake assembly, where you like trim pegs and tabs to make disassembling much easier. So yeah, sure, like watching a UnBuild stream is not as entertaining as a build stream where, you know, you see the things come together, but hopefully you will learn some like second-hand skills. There you go. And yeah, the part separator, like I've been using this for like probably a few months now. I found this part separator is my go-to now. Like you know, you get your ocarina style part separator with the blade, but what I like about the Bandai's one, it's very versatile. Like I've been using this part at the back a lot actually, just to get into like tighter spaces where the blade is too wide to get into. So yeah, this is very good. And I can just go ham on it without worrying like damaging the plastic. Yeah, because for like tight spaces like this, if I didn't have this tool here, I'll probably use like a knife, and then like, you know, a really thin knife just to wedge it in there. So it's like a godsend. Okay, yeah, okay, Jeff, stop being the salesperson now. Okay, right, let's get all this. Okay, yeah, that's all good. This comes apart here. Sweet. Awesome. Sweet. Okay. I feel this is like the halfway point, because now we just have like the limbs to do now. So let me just box these parts up into compartments. Okay, let's see. I think I've fallen behind on the chat here. Have I? Yeah, Lalongs, thank you. Emine Warrior at the borderline. Yeah. Anthony, I'm from the States, been building just short of a year. I do a little of everything and just started 3D printing. Thanks for having me. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, 3D printing and Gunpla building is like a great combination, especially you get into like the custom builds of like, you know, you can start 3D modeling and 3D printing your own like, you know, custom parts. How many limited editions have there been now? So last year Comic Con we did like a sticker sheet, which is like some of the stickers that you see here, you know, with the little tools and the keep building joy and then stuff like that when we combine it into like a sheet. So that was one limited edition. Actually no, afterwards we started selling the excess, I think. Yes, yeah, I believe, yeah, we started selling the excess on the on our site. So that's, wouldn't say limited edition. The Rage one, this Rage bot, yeah, it's definitely a limited edition. The Halloween, the Spooky bot is also a limited edition. Maybe you guys, for those that haven't seen it, there you go. So my partner, the other founder of Gunpla SA, he's a professional illustrator as well, so he came up with all these illustrations. The birthday one, I would also like the first year, first birthday, this cake Chumi bot is also a limited edition. So next year, like our second anniversary, or maybe do another birthday, you know, instead of reprinting the same one, we'll probably do a new art. So you'll see. So I think it's 3, yeah, it's just 3. Let's see if I focus in. Yeah, I'm using the Build 4 sticker as my center point for my camera. Carbon. Okay. While I'm reading the chat, let me also just organize these parts. So do a bit of multitasking here. Okay. Let's do this. So I have the waste down at the bottom here. Let's see, multitasking, carbon. Last completed project was HG Barbatos diorama. Currently working on an MG Johnny Ridden resin conversion on my desk at the moment. It's 1000 sunny powered on my desk, and then at the moment is a 1000 sunny powered for a friend. Wow, okay, that's cool. I'm sure that I've never experienced resin conversion kits yet. I think just the toxic side of things are from sanding, which is kind of like yeah. Besides, like, there's still so much of just like normal model kits I still need to get through. It's like, yeah, conversion kits, like, yeah, they look cool, but one day I'll get to them after I clear my backlog a bit, just a bit. Okay, this part I'll put it up here. Okay. Yeah, no way, Luke. The birthday one is also limited, I think. Yes, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I think we only printed like about maybe 50 of those stickers. And some are like holographic, like the sticker that you see here. The holographic one had like a discount voucher code for the lucky few that you know, they went out with the orders. Okay, keep that rifle over there. Okay, let's deal with one side at the moment. One side at a time. Okay, so Space Tassie Japan Culture Expo limited edition sticker. Nah, like, you know, we're not sure what kind of a turnout it will be at the Japan Expo, especially it's going to be our first Japan Expo, you know, so yeah, we're just going to rock up, you know, take some of our kits, display it, and then see how the turnout is. You know, if the turnout is pretty well, and maybe next year we'll do something, you know, even bigger. We'll plan something even bigger and maybe even have stickers. Yeah. But for now, no stickers for that one. Yeah. Carbon, I drop a link to my recent completed project. You can try. I don't know if we allow links or not, but yeah, you can give it a try. Space Tassie at Loudlungs. If you don't get a commemorative sticker for the Eva build, we are right. Okay, you're talking about his you know, sticker from Loudlungs side, eh? Because he's got a 500 followers for the RG unicorn build. Okay, so let me just deal with the arm. There you go, keep it there. No leak plastic circumcision. Yeah. Christo, sorry I missed. Waterland. But are there new stickers coming? No, not at this point. Yeah. Not currently. Let me just check. Am I disassembling this hand correctly? Where's the hand part? Where's the fist? Where's the fisticuffs? Got the palm here, open palm, but where's the fists? You know what, should be fine. Yeah, there's a sliding gimmick here, so I wonder if it went in a certain way. Yeah, I see it here. Doesn't have any special instructions, so it should just pop out pretty easily, yeah? Wait, no, this is a different type of palm. That's the open palm, so I think the closed fist has a different way of assembling. Ah, here you go. There you go, so... okay, I think I know. So you need to just shift it back, and that should allow you to disassemble. No? Okay, let's get out the part separator here. Yeah, I'm just a bit wary. Like, what if there's a locking mechanism? Yeah, I might do some damage. They shouldn't, right? There you go. I just use brute force here. Well, controlled brute force. Okay, it's doing something. Come on, work with me. Okay. Come on. I'm just feeling a little bit nervous. Yo, this is like making me sweat a little bit. It's like, oh, don't break. Like it's half disassembled. There's a something. There's like a piece that's latching in. There you go. Gotcha. Okay, cool. So yeah, nothing's broken. Awesome. Right? Nothing's broken. Good way to tell is like put it back again. Oh, I think I know. Oh, wait, yeah, is it? Ah, yes. So I know. Ah, okay, yes. Okay, so it's the side pieces that's creating. Yeah, there's like these tabs, so they're getting slightly deformed on the side. Maybe I should zoom in so you guys can see what I'm talking about if you're interested. So I was afraid that this tab had some kind of like, this tab in the middle had some kind of locking mechanism to like go in and then just be very difficult to come out, but the locking mechanism is like on the side of the hand here, so they got a little bit deformed, but you know, like that's a good tell for me to know, okay, like I sand a bit of that part and then, you know, it won't cause me as so much trouble in future once I get to painting. Yeah. Okay. Check where I was in the chat. Desta, I bought my first whiskey the past Saturday. Now, why I'm so proud of it? No idea. Well, it is your first, so you know, cherish it. I don't really drink much whiskey, but what was it? Was it like Johnny Walker or something? I don't. And you asked Japan Expo? Yeah, so every year there's like Japan Expo. Is it like Brooklyn Mall or Milam Mall or something like that in Pretoria? So yeah, for the past 2 years because of COVID they stopped it, but yeah, now it's, you know, back. So yeah, it's this coming weekend, yeah, from Friday to Sunday, so we're gonna be there. But yeah, we'll just have like a table, we'll display some kits, you know. Usually these Japan expos, they have like demonstrations of all things like Japanese culture, so there's like karate and you know, kendo and what's it, bonsai, photography by Fujifilm, because you know Fujifilm is a Japanese company. I think it's like a photography exhibition or competition, or both, happening there. There's like cosplayers going there. There's well, this is like going from what I can see on their schedule. You know, these are kind of the things. There's also like Japanese films airing there at the Steakenical at that shopping center, Brooklyn Mall. So yeah, if you have plans, like, well, if you don't have plans this weekend, got some open time, and if you're not like too far away, you know, hey, do consider going through and then, you know, come say hi. Yeah, so we'll be there just display some of our kits and talking about, like, you know, the love that we have for Gunpla. Yeah, again, this is our first time going there, so you know, we'll see how it goes, I suppose. Okay, so this piece comes from the side. Yeah, I'm really impressed by the engineering of this kit. It's like, if you've built quite a few Gunpla model kits, you know, you kind of the engineering with lots of Gunpla kits, especially with HG scale, they're kind of similar. No, so it's because it's similar also because on the like there's like a core fundamental design to a lot of the Gundam or mobile suits within the Gundam universe. So going from, you know, building Gunpla to building this, even though it's made by the same company, Bandai, you know, the design's very different, and the engineering to these kits is also quite fascinating. Okay, I just need to remember to go backwards here. So, okay, so these comes off first. Okay, cool. Carbon. Let me check on your link on Instagram. Let's see here. Oh, cool. Maybe I should put it on stream. For those of you haven't seen it. So let's see here. Okay, can you see my screen? Okay, I'm not gonna click on the sound just now. It's like a music, I'll get copyrighted. Yeah, cool. Quite unique. Yeah, definitely not canon. Yeah, because obviously the Velvetos never in the show got wrecked by his own sword. But I see you've added the accent, yeah, some different accent colors. So like on the skirt, front skirts, you've got these blue panels, and also you introduce like some red panels on like the what you call it, is it shin guards, and also like by the thrusters on the leg as well. Cool, good stuff, good stuff. I'll give you a like and give you a follow. Yay. Okay, then I think you guys are talking amongst yourselves, so I'll just look over that. And then there was a mention to me by Carbon, are you going with the same color scheme or something different? Yeah, so with this kit, the reason I'm like disassembling is for build like a contest. It's Zacharelius. I don't know if you know the YouTuber Zacharelius that does a lot of reviews for Gunpla and model kits. So it's his contest, the Advance of Zeta contest that's like happening now until the deadline. I think it's end of May, 31st of May. So yeah, I'm disassembling this kit for that contest as well, and also for our own build of competition. Yeah, so I'm gonna paint it up as with like inspiration from Advance of Zeta. Yeah, that's the theme. Dusty says Shackleton whiskey. It's a blend based on the whiskey from Venice Shackleton expedition to the Arctic. Cool. Sounds fancy. Enjoy it, buddy. Duster says, unfortunately I'm going to be on my way to Cape Town this Wednesday, this weekend. Sweetie, well, enjoy that, eh? Have a good trip. Yeah. Okay, so the arms, the one arm is disassembled. Let me do the other arm as well. So this is always fun when you like down one side, the other side. It's always pretty cool to just base on your memory to disassemble it. I kind of feel like this is the cool thing about snap build kits, especially the ones from Bandai, because you purely don't need any glue. So You know, even once you've painted up your kit fully, you can still disassemble it, you know, rather than a conventional model kit that needs cement and all that. It's like, it's a one-way trip, right? Once it's completed and assembled, painted and everything, then you didn't have a you won't be able to disassemble it anymore and enjoy the ingenuity. And this one, there we go. Like speed running here. Let's check on time. Oh, it's 10:30. So I don't think we need much more time to finish the legs. And yeah, I think maybe it's time after that we should bring the secret build, huh? I think JP's like ears just like, It's like, I heard the secret build. And notice, I take it you're still in the chat, just lurking, hey? Waiting. Okay, arms is finished. Let's move on to the legs. Okay, so let's check. Let's go backwards. Let's start with the feet here. Duster says, I still want to do the stealth bomber inspired scheme on a Gundam at some point. I just haven't found the right Gundam to do it on. What would be the right Gundam, huh? Just do it, man. Just pick one and do it. With normal models, once it's glued, it's glued. It'll be annoying when you F up and can't fix it due to being glued. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this part clipped in, right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Duster, since you enjoy a lot of your military builds, I recommend you check out the model kits from the Kyokai Senki line, the one I'm building now. All the model kits within this line is very militaristic feeling. Well, at least the grunt suits. Like protagonists' suits, they feel more like unique, if we put it that way. But especially like the Brady Hound, it feels very militaristic. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, let me push it with this. This one is giving me a bit of issue. something that looks stealthy, you said. Well, the RX-70A2 is pretty like simple design, which would suit like the stealthy color scheme. And speaking of which, I have repainted a RX-70A2 with like a Xeon color scheme, which is like more monochromatic grays and dark colors, which you can say it's kind of like stealthy. So yeah. So I think the RX-70A2, just a simple design, can be quite fitting for the stealthy look. I think there's like a piece that's clipped in, so it's got quite a hold here. There you go. Yeah, so this piece here. Yeah. Okay, let me do this. So previously I have given this tab a little snip before, but it still has kind of a grip. So let me just trim it a little bit more this way. And then immediately just try it again, put it back in and see if it comes out a bit easier. Yeah, there you go, much easier. There you go, cool. Go. Then this part. Okay, I'm going backwards here. I've removed that piece. This piece can just come off. That I've removed. Aha. And this is made up of just give it a wiggle. There you go. Okay. Let's see here. I've removed all of that. Okay. There you go. Cool. And then just this big piece here. Like Valshin, if you're still here, like this piece here, it's made out of two pieces. This one I can keep together and just sand the nub marks. That way, like maybe if I zoom in, I can explain a little bit better. So this is like one piece I would just, well, two pieces that I'll just keep together. And you know, like for example, the nubs are there and there. So instead of like separating into two separate pieces, let me just keep it together so that my flat sanding sponge or sandpaper to just glide over both of these pieces and to keep them both flat. Whereas if I separate them and if I sand them individually, they might, like, you know, start warping the different surface. Not warping, but like I might sand one piece a bit too much and the other piece not enough, and they won't be flat together anymore. So like this is an example where I'll keep both of these pieces together and just sand them together. Yeah, like it's the back here as well, there's like a nub on both of these sides. Well, this one doesn't really matter because it gets covered by an armor piece anyway. So, but yeah, like this part is getting exposed, so it's better to, you know, I'll just, yeah. So it depends on scenarios, right? So just think ahead, think how the final piece comes together and just see how you tackle them, you know, whether you want to tackle them alone or separate. So yeah, like this piece, I don't think there's any other pieces in here. So yeah, the manual just is two halves come together. So yeah, but then again, I might still, like, I might sand it together, and then when it comes to like washing the pot, I will separate them just so you can like wash inside and get, so there's no like dust or moisture trapped inside this piece. So I'll just separate it. Yeah, because the worst thing is like, you know, you wash it and it dries, and then you clamp the parts, and then like, oh, you know, there's actually water trapped inside, and just like as you're spraying your part, and then like that water just like leaks out and just ruins your spray, you know. That's the worst thing. So just make sure once you've washed your parts, you want to make sure it's thoroughly dried before, you know, going to painting. Yeah. Okay, let's do the one last leg. Let's see, let's check the chat quick. Where were we? Christo, I got to leave now. Thanks for the stream. Looking forward to Saturday, if you know what I mean. I wonder what you mean. Are you talking about you're gonna come visit us at Japan Expo or Japan Culture Expo? Yeah, that'll be awesome if we can see you. And then you said you can remove cement by using brake fluid, from what I understand. A guy at a model club I attended used it, if not mistaken. I wonder, because the whole point about plastic cement is that it melts the surfaces of the plastics and then, you know, kind of fuses them together, right? So yeah, if it's like plastic cement on other non-plastic material, like on my hand or something, or on the steel, then maybe you can remove them with brake fluid. But yeah, I wonder, hey, if you can use that on to remove them on a plastic model kit. Yeah, like Duster says, you know, come on Jeff, I should just read the next message or next chat. Yeah, Duster says the cement melts the parts together, becoming one part. Yeah, exactly. So I don't think brake fluid will work for that. Yeah, that's the biggest difference between glue, like for example, like what's it, super glue, and plastic cement. It's like plastic cement is designed to melt the pieces and like fuse them together, whereas super glue is just like it creates a bond between two surfaces but doesn't become one. So yeah. Christo says, I got the stealth vibes from the Farract. Yeah, exactly. But I don't think Duster watches Gundam anime. Yeah, maybe give it a shot, or you know, just Duster, just go onto YouTube or Google and just type in Gundam Farract, and then it might even pronounce, I feel like I'm pronouncing it a bit funny, Farract. Yeah, Gundam Farract. But again, it's already got like a stealth vibes, so if you're gonna paint it, it might not be too much deviation from its original color scheme. Yeah, it's like a sniper unit, basically. Hey, no sleep Shoguns here. Check the Jester. Yes, yeah, Jester is also a very covert unit. It's like the SWAT team. That's why, you know, when I picture a Jester, you know, the SWAT team just comes to mind. Like, especially, you know, if you're looking at, if you're surfing the deep web, you know, the instead of the SWAT team breaking down your door and breaking your ceiling, you know that meme where they break the door down and come down the ceiling, wrecking your house. It will be like Jesters wrecking your house. Like that 18-meter Jester just, yeah, stomps its foot through your house. Yeah. Oh, come on, Jeff, I should just read more chat. Yeah, exactly, Shogun. They are the SWAT units of Gundam. Yeah, well, in Gundam. Come on, little bugger. Okay, let me not look at the chat for now. Let me focus on removing this part. This little finicky thing. Yeah, once I remove it, I'll trim the tab some more. Come on, work with me here. Ooh, 10:30 now. There you go, there you go. There you go. Yeah. Okay, so once I give it a snip, put it back in and see if it comes out easy. Yeah, there you go, just with my bare hands, eh? No tools needed. Okay, how the rest of it, just open in half like that. This comes out, that comes out, sweet. Okay, now it's just this beefy leg. Oof, look at its calves. Wow, that's mechanical calf. And its thighs, look at how chunky this thigh is. Okay, so if I remember correctly, it goes this way. Okay, then we just got the rifle. I think, yeah, after this is just the rifle left. Okay, this part comes out from the back, right? Right? Okay. 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 When in doubt, just try and disassemble other pieces if one doesn't want to budge. Why is this one feeling kinda stiff? Okay, nothing's broken. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah? Yeah, it's all good. And this one clipped in like that. Let's see. Valshan says transforming jet types would also look great, like the Zeta. Yeah, I think so. It kind of reminds me back in like almost 10 years ago, I think. I painted a master grade Zeta version 2.0 for commission for a customer, and then I painted up like militaristic color scheme, like just a like gray and black color scheme, basically very muted. So it had that stealth element to it. Yeah, again, like I always find it so jarring when these giant machines of war are painted like a racing car, a race car, like, you know, like the white, blue, red, yellow. Oh, what other color do you want to throw on? Oh, let's throw it on. It's like, I always say it's like a smarty box color scheme. But then again, I understand, yes, it's the selling of the toys and the merchandise that, you know, funds these animations get made. So, and kids love colors, so throw all the colors on a design and then, you know, sell the merchandise so the anime can be made. Yeah, I understand. But yeah, it's kind of silly. Actually, like going back to, like, what's it, the original creator of Gundam, what's his name? I can't, Tomino. The RX-78-2 was supposed to have like a military color scheme, but I think the toy company that funded the anime project at the time said, no, we need to sell merchandise, so it needs to be colorful so that, you know, so it can sell toys. So he was like, apparently the creator of Gundam is not so much big fan of like the idea of merchandise and Gunpla, you know, and toys, and all that kind of stuff. But I think he has admitted, saying yeah, he does understand, you know, it's kind of, it's needed for the Gundam franchise to live on, because it's you know, it's the merchandise and the Gunpla that, you know, keeps it alive. Okay, this piece here, okay, there we go, is that it? You know, before I started the stream, I should have like taken a look, like, oh, is there any seam lines on this kit that I need to remove? And I think like in all my experience here now, I haven't noticed any parts that needs any seam line removals. Even the weapons, usually like kits that doesn't have any seams, the parts that like has the biggest culprit for seam removals is usually like on the gun, on the, like, you know, the half of the barrel, the barrel of the gun. But I see they intentionally have designed it as a panel line because it's not thin enough to be a seam line, I think, right? Yeah, I think it's an intentional panel line. Yeah, throughout. Yeah, here it goes like disguised as a panel line here. Even in the middle, this is too thick to be a seam line. It's disguised, yeah. So thank you, Bandai. Right? Okay, that's a mold line there, so that's fine. Yeah, cool, awesome. Yeah, so thanks, Bandai, for making my life a bit easier. But yeah, I'll keep these like whole gun body as like still stuck together, because then I can again sand it together. Same thing with the scope here. Yeah, cool. And I think that's the kit disassembled. We'll put it away, and then yeah, let's show off the secret build. Yeah, you guys have been waiting very patiently. Let me check on the chat. Let's see here. Gusto says, what cement are you referring to? I'm almost sure he uses Revolve glue. Revolve glue? Yeah. Okay, we're probably talking about like Tamiya cement or Mr. Hobby cement. So if I quickly just grab it from my stash here. Here's Tamiya's one. Tamiya is like the standard within the like model kit building, and then you also get Mr. Hobby, which is like they're really well known for the paints, but they also make some really great tools. Like for example, this Mr. Cement SP Black. It's kind of my new favorite cement to use. Yeah. Two reasons. One is because it's black, so you know how much you've like sanded away for your seam. You know, when it's clear, you don't really know. Like you can get you see the shine from the cement, and then once that shine's gone, like once you've sanded enough and you don't see that shine anymore, then you know, okay, you pretty much have fixed the seam. But the black is just like, you know, it's especially on like lighter parts, you can really see it very clearly. And the second part that I really love is the smell of the SPB. It's got a very sesame smell to it. Yeah, those two cements is like the thin runny type, and then I've got like Mr. Hobby's Mr. Cement, which is like a thick type that doesn't dry as quick. You know, it gives me a longer working time. So like a large like large area that I need to like cement around, I'll use the cement. If it's like just for a seam line, you know, like on one piece, I'll just use the thinner one that can like be able to run through capillary action. Yeah. Let's see. Duster says that's what I want to do. Dark grey as main color with black and light grey accents. Yeah. You know, actually, if you just Google like custom Gunpla, custom painted Gunpla, whatever, you'll see lots of people. They actually like to paint in lots of grey color scheme with like maybe just one accent color, like maybe just a red, you know, accent pieces, like maybe even just a shoulder, like one shoulder, you know, to have a asymmetrical feel. But yeah, like muted colors and, you know, grays, it's very popular in the custom scene. Yeah, like I prefer that kind of color scheme as well. Like I really don't like these, you know, I want to paint my model kits as if it's, you know, giant machines of warfare and not like toys, you know. So I prefer my military and the very muted colors. Yeah. Actually, maybe I can whip out one of my recent painted build later after the secret build review. Christo, he says that's actually something I hardly seen used. Are you talking about Tamiya cement? Sure, Tamiya cement is like the industry like norm. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Be careful here not to drop any wrong compartments. Valshin, thanks Jeff. What did I miss? Thanks Jeff, I can't remember what you're talking about. And he said, I asked because my hands get sore when I hold. Oh, you're talking about like keeping certain parts together. Yeah, especially inner frames where it's just like two halves together, then you can just keep them attached together and sand it together. Yeah. And generally, like inner frames is hidden by the outer armor anyway, so you don't even need to fix the seams if there is even seams. Often, like Bandai will intentionally design like an obscure, like design, so it looks like an intentional panel line rather than a seam line. Yeah. The extra effort that Bandai puts in to save us from doing mundane chores in a hobby. Like, yeah, spend more time actually painting instead of sanding these dumb seams. Duster says the FPA-77 looks like the most like a stealth machine. The RGM 96X gestures are also pretty cool. Oh, sweet man. Yeah, you know your what do they call those things? Spec numbers, whatever it's the right terminology. I don't even know. I can't even remember all those numbers. I just know the RX-78-2. That's pretty much the only one I know. Okay, yeah, let's keep this put away. Okay, let me just try and catch up on the chat. There's not much of it, and I'll do the secret build. Okay, some houses going around. I see Space Tassie has redeemed Stretch. Okay, thank you, thank you. Dusty says I've only watched UnBuild Orphans and Gundam Unicorn and the Battle Breaker series. Are you talking about the Battlelog? It's like a short YouTube short purely just to sell model kits, rehashed model kits, if I want to add. Yeah, that Battlelog animation was such a disappointment. Like, I was hoping, it's like, oh, when it announces, like, oh, okay, it's got some potential, you know, it's got some Build Fighters vibe, you know, let's get some of that nostalgia going. And then it's just like, I think, what, 8 episodes, and they were like 10 minutes each, and then it's just like, it felt soulless. It felt like just such a look. Yeah, me coming from like a store selling Gunpla is like, yeah, sure, push merchandise, but that show was just purely pushing merchandise. It didn't have like any, yeah, like it was so forgettable for me. It's like, oh, okay, cool, just feature these Gundams and sell your kits, fine. Duster asks, do you have the Jester in stock? Not currently. Yeah, they were really hot. They move too quickly. But yeah, speaking of the Jester, here's one of mine. Yeah, there you go. How's this? It's got the stealth vibes for you. Then you can paint it up even more stealthy if you want. Yeah. So I've also got the Jester cannon, which is the premium Bandai release. Yeah, that was like my brother's leftover backlog. He says like, yeah, he's not gonna build it, so I just say, okay, cool, let me grab it. Yeah, so yeah, this Jester is like, it's probably one of my favorite designs as well from the Gundam universe, and probably my favorite design from Gundam Unicorn. I just, yeah, again, I love all the militaristic designs. Yeah. Anyway, you can stand there. That's I'm pretty tired, so I'm hopping off. Ah, cool. Thank you for joining for tonight. Then, yeah, maybe you can watch back the stream tomorrow or something. Yeah. Yeah, here's the secret build. Woo! Okay, there's a few more chats to catch up. Okay, no Sleep Shogun. Yeah, I remember that story. So you're talking about Tomino, I think. So he compromised with the making of Gundam Colorful, but fought to have the control over the design of the bad guys, i.e. the Zakus. Yeah, the Zeons had their militaristic feel to it. How do you? I wonder about that. Eh? Like the Shah's Zaku is very colorful. It's like salmon pink. Yeah, it's like in space. Like you can see it so far away. It's like, oh, there's the pink guy. Let's go for it. But then again, like it's just adds to his character, right? That he's such an ace pilot that he doesn't care about using a very vibrant colors. Like, yeah, people can spot me, but can he actually hit me? That's how confident he is. And the enemy will get so scared. It's like, oh, they can see him clearly, and it's like, oh, there's the ace pilot. Oh shit, taken down the whole fleet single-handedly. Dasta says the designation. Yeah, that's the right terminology to use. Yeah, the Battlelog series is bland, if I put it that way. Hey, eating apple pies here. What's good, Build Force? Wow. Thank you for joining. Apple pie. So just finished disassembling the Brady Hound, and now we're on to the, well, you know, I'm building it, disassembling it for the build-off competition, you know, for me to participate in spirit, and also to enter into Zachary Elias's Advance of Zeta contest. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm building it. And obviously because of his contest, then you kind of know what kind of color scheme I might be going for, you know, with the whole Advance of Zeta thing. But now we're on to this exciting part. This, I'm sure it's very exciting for you know, Natas, Loud Lungs, and also Ebola Zaire, which is, what's it? Electric Humbug? I don't know if he's still in the chat here. He never, I think I just saw him following, but yeah, he just probably been lurking and watching us. It's like, yeah, come on, just get to it already. So this is a collab build, as you can see from all the vibrant colors here. That's not usually my vibe, you know, a vibrant paint job, but you know, it's something a bit different and just something light-hearted, where the biggest aspect about this is the community. Well, can I say the community side of things? It's a collab build between 4 builders. So yeah, as you can see here, this is actually Natas's idea. So let's talk about Natas first. So yeah, there's our signature. So there's Natas, and there's Ebola Zaire, there's Loud Lungs, and there's myself. So it's 4 builders. Like, again, like I said, this is Natas's idea, where the 4 of us, this is actually a kit that Natas has bought, and then he, like, in Loud Lungs' stream, like close to over a year ago, like we started this collab build like back in June. I think that's when Natas got this kit. It's in June. And then on one of Loud Lungs' stream, where we did like a dice roll, so we assigned body parts. So each of us gets like a parts that we're gonna build. So for example, like and then we, after the dice roll, it was determined that Natas got the body and the backpack, and then I got the head, the waist, the weapons, which is like the gun, the shield, and the beam saber. Well, the beam saber handles. And then Loud Lungs got the left leg, and also a bit of the chest armor and the right arm. So it's like alternating, crisscrossing. And then Ebola Zaire's got the left arm and the right leg. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty colorful. Maybe you guys in the chat can like talk about some of your you know, thinking behind the colors that you chose. I see like Natas quite interestingly like used orange as a panel line accent, which is like the first, you know, maybe I'm just so boring. I always use like, you know, realistic colors for my panel lining just to create like shadow. But this is quite interesting, you know. That's the cool thing about this collab build. I think we all have our own different approaches, our own preferences, and our own ideas. And you know, putting it together, yeah, it might look a bit crazy, but maybe that's the intent of it, you know. Yeah. So I can talk about my thinking. So I use the white and red color scheme mainly, you know, for the whole Gunpla SA color scheme. It's like, oh, boring. But you know, I feel Gunpla SA is like kind of my extension as well, you know. So yeah, extension of my own personality. So yeah. There you go. Okay, so just assembling some of the rifle parts. Okay, so yeah, let's assemble this thing together. And funny story, I actually had some trouble with Loud Lungs' parts. Some parts I had to cut, like, let me zoom in. Is Loud Lungs still here in the chat? So for example, this chest piece, I had to like very carefully take a craft knife to like cut the pieces in between, because these are separate pieces, but he painted them assembled. So the glue almost, I mean not glue, the paint almost like held the pieces together. So I had to just take a knife and just very carefully slice apart without damaging his paint job. Yeah, because you know it needs to be separated for the whole assembling process. For the guys that don't know, this Gundam that we chose to do the build collab is the Earth 3 Gundam. Yeah, if you Google it, you'll see it. The whole thing about the Earth 3 Gundam is basically it's got a smaller gun. Well, no, I wouldn't say smaller, if that's the right word. It's got a more of like a bare bone Gundam as the core. You know, the Gundam on the inside is actually called the core Gundam, and then it has add-on parts that expands onto it. So for example, there's like extra chest armor. Yeah, just it like shifts the shoulder out, so you know it has a broader look, and then like by default has like shorter legs. Like this is bent back, but yeah, imagine this thing flips forward, so it's like it's got a shorter leg, and then these extra armor parts like add on to it. Yeah, I'm not going to showcase the core Gundam because it might cause more chaos. Like we might experience some paint chipping, and some of the parts is already stressed, so yeah, let me not fiddle too much with it. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna leave the head for last. There we go. Let me check chat. Yeah, laat langs gesien het. Hype. Yay. Space Tassie says that's really awesome, great idea. Yeah, and I believe there's already a collab build 2 which Paul is involved in. All of this is like Natas's initiative. So Natas is, you know, the second build collab is Natas, Paul, maybe I said too much. There's two other like basically there's 4 builders, so there's other 2 builders. Yeah, let me not say anymore, let them, you know, reveal them when they're, you know, ready to do the review and stuff. And I believe there's a 3rd one as well. Yeah. Right? Natas, is that okay? Hope I didn't say too much. Look at that, it's pretty cool, huh? Like even though I've used like red as well, like but it's kind of different. Maybe it doesn't pick up so well on camera, but Ebola Zaire's red is more metallic and has a more slight pink to it. Yeah. Whereas my red is just pure like Gundam red, basically. Yeah. Actually I use Sazabi red. Yeah. So it's very saturated. Yeah. And on my pieces are quite a clean touch, where I think is Zaire there's a slight, maybe there's a slight weathering to it. I'm not sure. Yeah. It's very subtle. Very subtle. If you did apply some weathering. Okay, before I attach the head, I'm going to just attach the weapons as well. Let's see. Let me do a bit of multitasking. Read the chat. Eating apple pie, Gunpla roulette. Yeah, that's always pretty much how it went down with the choosing who gets what. And basically, like Natas would pre-cut all the parts off while still keeping the nub nub gates on, so that we will finish them off ourselves. But then he just like kept it in like zip lock bag for us, like, you know, he'll say like, oh, right arm pieces, left leg, and you know, kind of thing. And then yeah, he wrote our names just to keep it very coordinated. Yeah, so if you guys like this idea of collab build, you know, you guys can also do something similar, you know, like from the guys within the build force, maybe have a chat, say, hey, you know, who wants to do a collab build, or something, like private message people, I don't know. Yeah, and see who would be keen. It was quite an experimental thing. So yeah, I you know, definitely want to display this at the Japan Culture Expo as well. You know, it will be a great, you know, showcase of our community, and a good story to tell, huh? Like the ANC always like to say, oh, we have a good story to tell. Yeah. Okay, rifle in the right leg. I mean, did I say rifle in the right leg? I mean the right arm. Yeah, some of the green painted parts, I used fluorescent paint. So, you know, if it's pretty dark and I use the UV light, you'll see like the green will light up. Well, yeah, reflect the UV light. Okay, before I pop the head, let's check the chat. Let's see. Nata said the doctor operated on the kit. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I had to do a lot of like shavings and snip, like, I don't know if you guys can see, like if I take off this leg here, this orange piece was like, the paint was just kind of thick, and it was very tight, so like I had to shave a little bit of what you can see, like there's a little bit of blue where that orange is. Basically I had to like shave enough plastic just to thin it down, because also this black foot piece also had paint on it, so it's like, it's a lot of thickness. So I just shaved the piece down just to, you know, make sure it can actually fit in. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good experience, you know, really good experience. Yeah, even this tab at the bottom, it's before it was like a much longer piece, but it was just very, like with all the paint, it was very tight to go in there, so I just had to like shave off in angles just so it can like slip back in. That's why it also kind of feels like really easy to like pop out. So definitely this is like one kit I don't want other people to handle, because yeah, there's surgery's done to it. Okay, let's go back out. Yeah, no sleep, Shogun says. Jeff be casually leaking confidential info, Lamau. Yeah, Jeff doesn't really have a filter. Hey, like whatever comes to your mind, he just like always just like says too quickly. Loud Lungs classic Gunpla say leaks low. Yeah. Shogun says, to Natas, much love for organizing those events. Yeah, it's pretty cool idea, and then we basically just ship off the parts in you know, respective orders to those peoples. Like for example, like Loud Lungs being in Durban, we just say, okay, let's include his Ziploc bag of parts in the upcoming order of his, and then yeah, obviously it's not a surprise, he knows about it. Yeah. Wink. Hey, how does that look? Pretty cool, hey? It's like Captain Planet. Captain Planet, he's my hero. And then I don't know the rest of the song. So I really like UnBuildStream used the 01. Those are actually stickers, not decals. So I said, okay. Then it's like, okay, cool. Let me see, you know, because obviously the shield is my piece. So I looked at, he's like, okay, cool. Let me hunt down like that 01. So apparently it came from 30 Minutes Missions sticker decals. So I actually bought a water slide decals for the 30 Minutes Missions, and then yeah, they've got the same designs. Obviously slightly bigger in size, so I just found it like quite appropriate to apply it to the shield. Yeah. So yeah, for collab build 01. Many more to come, I hope. Yeah. And if it's not Natas organizing it, you know, the other build force members, you know, if you guys are, any of you like are close friends with each other, or you know, near each other, you guys can also organize your own if you want to give it a shot. Yeah. And Nata says, thanks to Loud Lungs Gunpla say for all your hard work. I love the Frankenstein we made. Yeah, it's very unique. This is something definitely you can't achieve by having one mind. You know, if you have one builder working on one single kit, even if you try and make it like, oh, it's like, oh, I've got the concept of is it Power Rangers where they have all different colors? Yeah, they do, right? The different color mix combining together. You know, there's always going to be some kind of coherent idea or workflow. Like maybe the joints will all be the same color, but you know, something like this can only achieve by multiple minds working individually. Like there's nothing holding us back, saying, you know, these are our pieces, just go creative with it. And then definitely, like, you know, our joints are all different colors, and you know, we also have different paints, you know. So some of us have like, you know, maybe Citadel paints. I think that's what Loud Lungs used, and maybe some of us has like Tamiya, or maybe, again, I don't know, I'm just guessing here, Natas maybe used, I don't know, Tamiya as well, maybe. And then I know for my part I used Maker Colors, Vallejo's Maker Colors. Yeah, so it was definitely a great experience for me to use Maker Color, because previously I'll be using Mr. Colors lacquer based paint, which is like, you know, what I'm quite familiar with, or Tamiya, you know, paints that I'm also quite familiar with. So it's really cool to use like my experience with the Vallejo Maker Colors. I even used their wash, their like gray and black wash that I used as panel lining. So it's like, it's water-based paints, and the washes are also water-based as well. So I basically just let the base coats and also the top coats is also, they're all like Vallejo is all water-based. So basically I just let them cure, like, you know, like overnight, you know, over 24 hours before I go into the washes, because like, you know, the thinners might, if the previous layer didn't cure properly, then, you know, the thinner might, you know, mess it up. So yeah, good thing. Yeah, it's quite a, I'm quite how do I put it, impressed. Obviously it's not on the same level as using lacquer based paints. Like that's, lacquer based paints will always be like, have the best results if you put it that way. But you know, considering that it's water based paints, like it's very scratch, well, it's not as scratch resistant as lacquer based paints, but it's still, the adhesion is very great. It's, yeah, has scratch resistant, and yeah, the finish is also pretty awesome. It has like a semi-gloss finish, which, like, I actually didn't need to do a gloss top coat to do like panel lining or decals. Like this is just purely like airbrushed on, and I just say, okay, it's got a semi-gloss finish. Then we just go ahead and try applying water slide decals, and you don't see any silvering, and the panel lining with the washes flowed nicely. I did. I'm like waffling here, just going on a tangent. Well, I do want to share my own personal experience, you know, using the paints with you guys. So when it comes to, yeah, let me just get bottles out so you guys can see. Like always says, like in a show, don't just tell, huh? So yeah, so I use these two washes. So like the gray I used on like lighter color pots, for example the white, and then like the black wash I would use on like the you know, reds and the darker color pots. And I might eat like what's it, I have even like mixed between the gray and black, so it's not a solid black. But then the biggest thing that I experienced with is I found out the bottle, now if you're just applying as like a weathering brush, weathering wash, the consistency is runny and thick enough to do like a nice wash. But what I found for panel lining, I found out the bottle it was a bit thick for panel lining, especially just on the semi-gloss thin, or what do they call it? Satin. Yeah, satin is the term that they used. So to make it flow better, what I did is I added a little bit of water, and a drop of, like a tiny little drop of dishwashing liquid. Yeah, again, I don't use too much of this wash. I just use like one of these paint trays, and like I use press stick like this to create like a stick it on like one edge, and when I put it down, you know, it secures it in place, and also like it tips it. So when I drop my wash, I don't need to flood the whole bottom pan, if you put it that way. I just like drop enough and just fills like a tiny corner, and I just like, it's probably not even like 50% water, and then it's like a very tiny drop of dishwashing liquid. Yeah, and then the dishwasher liquid, like what's the right terminology they use? Like it lessens the, what's it, water retention, so it flows smoother, and that I just found like it flowed through the panel lines much better. Yeah, anyway, welcome to my TED talk, huh? Very non-coherent unplanned TED talk. Okay, let's see, are we done with the chat? Probably like coming to the end of the stream. I might even just show off my 30 minutes missions build. I brought it to the build meet this past Saturday, so some of you got to see it. So maybe I'm still not finished with my 30 minutes missions build off. You know, even though the competition was finished last week, I couldn't finish it. It's very close, very close. Just like I just need to do like the last weathering bits, like mining. Like I started doing some minor chipping. I just need to do like second level of chipping, and I want to do some subtle washes and just very subtle weathering that I want to do to it. Okay. Maybe I should angle it so you guys can see it. I hope the base will support it. No, it won't. Yeah. Huh? No. I'll do this. Does that help? Yeah. Yeah, let the paints hold it up. Nata says, let's go BF01. Yeah, we should have added BF. Well, then again, I don't think I've got alphabetical letters, decals. Yeah. Laodang says, earth, fire, wind, water, heart. Yeah. Laodang says, I use Citadel. Yeah. So that paint was thick, man. Did you use a wet palette to like thin down a bit? Gunpla says here, hey, that means it's Paul. He's not using his Weapon Logic account today. Yeah, cool. Greeting among yourselves. Yeah, nice of you to join towards the butt end of the stream. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I think I will show off my 30 minutes missions build. Just carefully moving it here. Okay, let me just stand you up now. You're taking out a lot of space by lying down here. There you go. Okay. So, you know, this build is actually also valid for our current build off competition, the Gundam Universe one, because the inspiration for my 30 minutes missions paint job here, which is the, what's this, Seal Nova? The inspiration is from Camphor. Either that or it's inspired by Mark II, Gundam Mark II, because it has the blue and you know, a bit of the yellow accents. And also could be appropriate for Advance of Zeta as well, because you know, Advance of Zeta has mostly got that Titans color scheme. Ooh, did I pick up on a bit of press stick here? Okay, take it off. Yeah, but basically when I was looking up references for this build is looking up Camphor. The blue is not the Camphor blue. It's more I used again, this whole build I used Vallejo's mecha colors to just, like, you know, learn the paints. You know, we're selling the paints. It's good for me to get first-hand experience with it, so you know, so I have a genuine lived experience with the products, with the product range. So it's not, you know, I'm not like just a salesperson that pushing products and don't actually have experience with it. Yeah, that's not how I vibe. Yeah. Short sound. Totally sound like a boomer trying to use younglings talk. Yeah, where's his knife? There you go. And yeah, this kit was my, well, I painted both this kit and my collab pieces at the same time. Basically I had like a production line, if you put it that way. You know, like I washed the parts together at the same time. I primed the pieces all together, and just, you know, a nice workflow saves time, you know. So yeah. So here's my Camphor inspired Seal Nova. Let's strike a pose, yeah, shall we? Yeah. So all the colors that you see here is from Vallejo's products. Most of them are Vallejo mecha colors, from like the airbrushing, and for the minor hand brushing parts, like for example the yellows, I used Vallejo's game colors. Yeah, so they're quite, the game color stuff is quite vibrant. Yeah, and then the grey as well. I think it's a bone grey, I think, or is it cold grey? I can't remember the name of the product, but yeah, it's hand painted on, and then like I just did a bit of, well, if I zoom in, maybe you guys can see it. This what do they call this thing? It's like a radome, right? It's like a yeah, it's like a radome, right? I just think because it's like flat and at the top it's got the most exposure to the elements, you know, like from the sun, from the rain, so there's a bit of weathering. And what I've done, like obviously there's a bit of chipping, you know, like for example if he's like doing COVID stuff in the city, and then like there's a wall, and then like he just like leans against the wall, and obviously there's more chipping it towards the back. But what I've done, because of the subtle weathering to the elements, probably doesn't pick up so well in the camera, but it's like I've done some like very high grit sanding. There's like, especially on the white, it's like there's a bit of a fade. It's like there's a bit of a gray underneath that comes through, so it feels like the paint is fading away, you know, by the sun and all that kind of things. So yeah, anyway. Still, like I still need to weather the rest of the kits just to bring a bit of coherentness to it. Again, like I said, I've only started doing some of the chipping. I need to do a few more, just a very tiny little bits, and then yeah, filters of weathering and something like that, very subtle stuff. And yeah, just having this asymmetrical feel of the different painted you know, shoulder pad pauldron with the red and the white. It kind of gives that like commander unit feel. Has a bit of that cockiness to it. It's like, yeah, I'm, you know, got this color scheme that's well, the yellow is not really camouflage, but like, yeah, more of a stealth unit with this blue and dark themes. But yeah, the yellows actually stand out, and also with the red. But he's like, you know, he's cocky like that. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the end of the stream. Yeah, so Nutter says, looks awesome, Dr. Kelga. Yeah, thank you, and hopefully I can get more painting done, and then hopefully I can start recording some stuff for video in future. Easing back into it, one step at a time, huh? Loudlang says, I gotta get to sleep, Chorms. Early meeting tomorrow. Thanks for the stream, Jeff. Yeah, thank you for joining. Yeah, it's also going to be early morning for me as well. Like I'm gonna wake up early just to see all the announcements. Oh yes, that's one thing I should have like brought up. You know, one topic is like, for the people that's still here, what are you excited for? What's your predictions for Bandai's spring announcement, which is like releases from Q3, July to September? What's your predictions? What are you excited for? Like, what's it they already announced early on some of the kits, like the Exodia. I think it got first leaked out and got like posted by an official like Instagram channel. What's a Gunpla Bandai? Yeah, got leaked out, and then I think today, officially from Bandai's Twitter, they announced it. And then they also announced a few stuff early, like the 30-minute missions, and also 30-minute sister stuff. They also, like in their own YouTube video, and I think in their own Twitter, they also announced like huge units, like, well, not units, unit one. It's like a same scale 1 to 144, but it's like a huge mecha, like T-Rex that like smaller kids like this can actually sit in. It's like double the size basically. It's like almost like MG height. Yeah, so these smaller units can like sit in the cockpit and actually like, yeah, it's like a, what you call it, like mobile armor, or yeah, whatever you call it. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff coming out of the 30 minutes missions, and also a 30 minute sister one. Yeah. Yeah, let's see the predictions. I see Paul dropping some messages. No Sleep Shogun says, I predict a 30-minute segment of PB. Well, they already announced one of the Premium Bandai, that Dom looking one, that what's it, Revanova? Is it Revanova? But like a purple version that was like for Premium Bandai. Yeah. Yeah, it looked really cool. They had some like really interesting new pieces. Obviously a lot of pieces you can get from option pots, but there's some like really, I really like the axis. You know, that's unique to that kit. It's like, oh come on, if they only, you know, sell that separately for, you know, normal retail release, that'll be awesome. But you know, premium bundle, what can you do? Paul of Gunpla SA is saying RG Dom, yeah, that'll be cool. Or RG GM, yeah, that's really cool. RG F91, sure. Like RG Crossbone's already tiny, and RG F91 is gonna be like freaking hell. PB OnlyFans 30-minute sisters. Show them a knife. Okay, cool. You're talking about my Seal Novus knife, right? Again, still work in progress. It's not fully finished yet. RG Nobel. Yeah, I feel... I'm predicting... I can't say exactly what unit will be getting a RG, or hopefully if they do an RG announcement. But I'm predicting it's going to be a UC mobile suit will get an RG announcement. And, you know, getting a grunt suit of an RG, that'll be great. You know, like an RG GM. Yeah, you know, like... There's already been like a RG Zaku for so long. No, come on, like a RG GM to have a counterpart would be nice. Yeah. Seal Nova knife looking good, dude. Very subtle touches there. Yeah. Yeah. Probably this lighting is not gonna pick up so well. But I was like on Saturday at the build meet, I was showing Velshin. So like this metallic paint job. It's basically I mixed the Vallejo Mecha Color gunmetal. I mixed 50% of that gunmetal with 50% pure black to create this like darker, because I still feel gunmetal is a bit too light for my liking. So I wanted it like, again, this lighting is very like bright, so you're probably not gonna get a best feeling out of it. And then on the sharpened edge, I used gunmetal, like I hand painted it with gunmetal. So it's very subtle, probably not going to pick up so well on the camera. But the biggest thing is I actually applied some like micro scratches, like deliberate micro scratches, as if like, you know, it's from like just wear and tear of using this blade, you know. And I found out, you can kind of see it there, like the deeper scratch it retained, but the subtle scratches actually got filled out by the paint and also the primer, because, you know, unlike lacquer based paint like Mystic Hobbies, what's it, their finishing surface of 1500, it's a very fine grit primer or surfacer, so it doesn't like fill in scratches. And their paint as well is also like very thin, so it doesn't fill up scratches. But obviously with the water-based primer and paint, it is thicker, so I noticed, yeah, it did fill in some of my scratches. So that's just something I need to keep in mind if I'm gonna do like scratches, physical scratches. I might need to do them like a bit like I need to do more deliberately if I'm gonna be painting and priming with you know, Mecha Color range from Vallejo. Yeah, there's something I need to keep in mind. Yeah. No Sleep Shogun is saying PG Barbatos. Oh. Give us a PG Shinanju first, how about that? Or or PG New Gundam, or PG Sazabi. You know, those are like older those are older gentlemen that, you know, deserve their, you know, spotlight in the PG. You know, like Barbatos is still like a young lad. You know, he needs to earn his way into PGs, even RGs. Like I still feel RG Barbatos is still way too early. Yeah. No. Let the like old geezers have a chance of getting RGs. PG Zaku version 2, like kind of like matching the aesthetic of the Unleashed. That would be cool. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining my stream. I probably need to, like, off the stream, I need to disassemble this boy again just to finish him up. But yeah, for now he can just chill here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, thank you. Let's quickly go look for somebody to raid them. Yeah. Let's see, where's my Twitch? I wonder who's still in this chat. I mean, not in this chat, in the stream. To raid other people. Open another Twitch here. Okay, mute it quick. Mute it. Okay, let's do sharing screen. Okay, we still have 8 viewers here. Cool, sweet. And we can give somebody 8 more viewers. Okay, let's go to makers and crafting. Okay. Gunpla, Gundam Fan 7 is live. We've raided him a few times, so let's see if we can give somebody else a chance. Let's see. See a manual here. I don't know what this is. I think it could be a Kotobukiya kit. Let's see what other options we have. What is Gundam Fan 7 doing anyway? He says, let's start something new. Okay. So I don't know what kit he's building, but I know it's a new kit. It's HG Gundam, what's it? FSD. Is this like a origin kit? I think maybe we can raid him. So I think there's quite a few Gunpla streamers tonight, huh? And what is this? I finished my Gunpla before I played. It looks like an Epion kit. Okay. We also want to stream. not stream. We also want to raid, or preferably raid somebody who's got like a smaller viewer count. You know, to give him more support. So this, I think it's a lady. I see some boobers over there. Well, on her YouTuber thing. Not looking at her boobies. But yeah, she's got like 85 viewers, so that's quite a lot compared to what's it, Jose Mochi. He's got like 16 viewers, so probably like, you know, prefer rating him to give him more support. Let's see who else we got here. Ooh, somebody's building a Master Grade Sazabi version Kotoki. Okay. What is this? Cleaning up pieces on the... Okay. Okay. And he's got 9 viewers, so let's rate him. Okay, this is the bottom of the page. So it's either the Sazabi or the Gundam FSD. Let's see, well, Sazabi only has 9 views, so let's go rate him. Yeah, okay, so what's his username? Let's see, copy. And then I'll go. Sorry, I feel like a techno dummy. Oh wait, I didn't even transition to this. Oh, this whole time I didn't even transition to my screen sharing, I don't think. So you guys are just looking at the same cam setup. it just shows like, yeah, it's Jeff is reaching his brain capacity limit. Okay, so it's /raid and then username, and then oh, and I see in the chat here, Anthony says TBL hobbies, found him yesterday, cool guy. Okay, cool, yeah, that's the guy that we're gonna be raiding now. So let me just do a sign off before we raid him. So let's switch cam to face cam. Yeah, thank you guys. Obviously usually I pick up the kit that I built and then smash it towards the camera, but you know, this time it's he got unbuilt, so yeah, I'm not gonna smash him. I will smash our collab build. Yes, yes, perfect. Okay, go. Our group collab within our South African community. Lots of people, really cool ideas, and yeah, Natas came up with this idea. Yay! Oh wait, it's not even on cam. Okay, angle it light so you guys can see it. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for joining my stream, and then next week, Tuesday, same time, 9 o'clock. Well, 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. South African time. To be Paul's turn. So yeah, he'll be building something or doing something. We'll see what he'll do on stream. And then until next time, thank you. And keep build. Oh yeah, don't forget guys, we've got the build off competition. If you're in South Africa, you know, South African builder, check it out. Go on to our social media like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You'll see, like, you know, we'll be talking about it. And then yeah, there's the links to look at the information to the, you know, the rules and all the information that you need for the build off competition, and there's the links to the form to enter and all that stuff. And check out our social media, you see that. And then yeah, we'll hopefully to see a lot of builders entering, and yeah, really excited to see your builds in 2 months time. So yeah, till next time, keep building joy. Smash against the camera, and then I will just switch cam very awkwardly, and then I'll do the raid. Yeah, you guys can look at the thingy. Okay, there you go. Hit enter, and then it's raiding. Okay, happening in a few minutes. Let's go. Let's go. Right now. Let's go. And then we're in stream. Bye.